Hi, in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to find affiliates to promote your product. Now, there are many different ways to find affiliates to promote your product, but in this case, I'm going to show you two ways. Now, a lot of them tend to show you how to find affiliates in the perspective of quantity, but in this aspect, I'm going to show you how to find quality affiliates and possible joint venture partners. Now, over the years, I have noticed one pattern, and this is something you will probably only hear from somebody who has done lots of product launches. Over the years, I have noticed that the bulk of the income produced by the affiliates come from generally anywhere from the top 10 to top 30 affiliates. The rest of the affiliates do make some sales, which is important, and you can tend to get them later. But if I were to start out, I would focus mainly on a few affiliates versus, getting 100 affiliates. I would focus on just getting 5 to 10 affiliates if I could get them, and focus most of my time doing that. And this is through years of doing, six-figure product launches. Over the years, I have noticed that the top 10 to top 30 affiliates do more sales than the, 600, 700, or 1,000 affiliates. And this is over the span of many product launches. So this is something that you probably will only learn from, somebody who's done lots of product launches. So with that in mind, I'm going to show you two ways to get started. Now, you're going to notice here it says newsletter joins and customer proposals. I'm going to explain what I mean when I go through them step by step. The first one is newsletter joins. And that consists of you finding affiliates or possible joint venture partners who have lists in your niche. They must be in your niche. Let me repeat that. They must be in your niche. Don't go out and try to find anybody with a list, which is the biggest mistake that I see that people make. Like, for example, if you're in the internet marketing niche and you're promoting a specific product like a blogging product, while yes, there might be a lot of people in the internet marketing niche that are into blogging, but the best way is to approach somebody who has a product or a list about blogging, specifically because people sign up specifically for the reason to receive blogging material. Internet marketing material is so broad, and while yes, you might get some conversions, it's not as high converting as finding somebody with a list of bloggers or people who are interested in blogging. So that's the first one, newsletter joins. All right. The second one is customer proposals. One of the biggest things I've noticed, even offline businesses, online businesses, the best way to approach somebody with a large list and has a product is by buying their product. If you buy their product and you are a customer and you are using that product, and you might say, hey, I got a product that is very similar, not exactly, you don't want to be exactly in competition, but I've got a product, maybe a software that creates blogs, things like that. I think your blogging list would really like to use it. So I'm going to give you a discount off of it. If you're interested in promoting it, I'll give you a complimentary copy and things like that. Think about that. If you approach a business owner and you have bought their product, then, giving them a business proposal is so much easier. And people forget that. While yes, you might be buying their product, you might spend anywhere from $17 to $97 to buy their product, or $47 a month or whatever. At the same time, they will be more open to doing business with you versus if you just came to them without knowing them. Because if you buy their product, they feel like, there's just a larger chance of you getting accepted or them promoting your product. Okay, so the first method is newsletter joins. This is very, very easy, and you'll be amazed how simple this is. Go to ezine-articles.com. Okay? Go there, and the reason why I'm using ezine-articles.com for newsletter joins is this. A lot of people go on Ezine Articles, lots of people write articles for the purpose of building their list, right? If you notice at the end of an article, let's say, we'll pick an example here. Let's take real estate, and we'll take something general like real estate. And I'm just going to choose one of these and check one of these out. Let's say that I'm going to go here. Finding a reliable real estate agent. Let's say I have a piece of software. It doesn't have to be a piece of software, but I'm just using an example. Let's say I have a piece of software that helps, real estate people that are looking for real estate agents. So there's this guy named Chuck R. Stewart that writes this article, and if you go down to the bottom, you'll notice that he has a resource box. A resource box is basically an area at the bottom of an article that tells the reader a little bit more about that author. So sometimes they'll link you directly to their website. Sometimes they will offer you a freebie in return to sign up for your list. Now, if that's the case, you might want to target those types of people that are trying to get people to sign up on their list. And that's pretty much it. So what I would recommend is you sign up on their list. You could do this even while you're setting up your affiliate program, but try to sign up on 10 to 20 different lists, and maybe use a different email to do that. And use that email to communicate with these people. Sign up on those lists, receive a few emails first, and then email them, say, hey, I'm on your list. I've really enjoyed your material, and hey, I got this product. It's in the same niche. I know your readers may enjoy this. Blah blah blah. So they see there, their guard is down because you're on their list. I mean, it's not necessarily you have to buy their product because, of course, they're not really selling anything. But in this case, you have joined their list. You're not just some outsider who doesn't really know them or anything like that. A lot of times I'll see people even approach me, say, hey, I'm on your list. I've been on your list for many, many months now. And I have something similar that your list might enjoy. If that's the case, then I might promote the product because I am trying to find stuff that my list would actually want to use. That's why I emphasize approach people only in your niche. Okay, that was it. And that was pretty easy. So that's something you can go ahead and start doing. Go to Ezine Articles and go ahead and do that. The second thing is customer proposals, like I mentioned to you earlier, buying somebody's product. That's why I emphasize go to clickbank.com. Clickbank.com provides you with access to lots and lots of products, and affiliate programs too if you want to promote them, but products that relate to your niche. So what you need to do is go find your niche. Let's say in this case that I have a football product. So I'm going to type in football. Or let me get a little more specific and type in fantasy football. Let's say I'm big in fantasy football and I have a piece of software that helps fantasy football. people that are basically playing the game. So your goal is to find the top products out there that actually relate to fantasy football. Not all these relate to fantasy football, but you'll notice that some of these have like sale, price. Gravity is important. ClickBank actually ranks their products from the top, to the bottom on how much they sell. So you'll notice that the gravity is pretty high from 90, 76, 12, 16. Usually that means that the product is selling very, very well. So that's my point. Go through these and I would find people that are actually, selling fantasy football stuff. Like I said, not everybody is, but I would find the people that are, and I would find a few of them. I would observe them first before I bought anything. And if it's something that, they're selling something that might complement my product, then I'm going to buy their product. And then after a few days, I'm going to use it. I am going to use it. And I'm going to look through it. And then I'll write an email customized towards them. You might think, okay, this is taking a lot of money, and this is taking a lot of time. The key is to find quality affiliates, right? If you take the method and you don't do this and you take another method and you try to find hundreds of affiliates, that might work too. But most of the time you will come empty-handed and frustrated, and you're pretty much losing lots and lots of time. I'm showing you a quick and easy way of going about this in 2 different ways. So go ahead and try out these ways and start promoting your affiliate program and start finding affiliates. And some of these guys, before I end this video, some of these guys have really, really big lists. So especially in relation to the ClickBank one, if you see the gravity and the people up at the top, you might tell them that, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a discount and I'll give you 75% commissions. And you can do that through ClickBank, but you have to create a new item to do that. Or pay.com, you have to create a new item. But is it worth it? Yes, it's definitely worth it. Because think about it, you've got a guy with a big, big list, a customer-based list. Even better, because the customers have joined his list. These people up top, they have customer-based lists and they have, other lists possibly. But if you reach a person who has a customer-based list and they promote your product to a list of hungry buyers already, you're just putting a product in front of hungry buyers that want your product anyways, your conversions are going to go up. And that's exactly what you want.